Kia ora koutou, nau mai haere mai ki te wiki o te reo Māori. Happy Māori Language Week. Welcome back to Poly Pathways. I'm currently on my lunch break, so I thought I'd come in and smash out a quick video. This is going to be a big video and an important one, and one that everyone wants to know. How much do civil engineers get paid? I'm going to break down salaries at different career stages, what influences those numbers, and some tips on negotiating some better pay or benefits. So whether you're just starting out or thinking about a career change, this video is for you. Alright, so why should you care about this? Well, if you're considering civil engineering or you're already on the path, knowing how much you can expect to earn is really important. It helps you plan for your future, manage expectations, and set goals. But here's the thing, not all civil engineers get paid the same. There are so many factors that come into play, like your experience, what kind of projects you're working on, and even where you're located. So let's dive into those details. First up, let's talk about what actually affects your salary. The biggest factor is definitely your years of experience. If you're just starting out, say as a graduate, your salary will be a lot lower than someone who's been in the field for say 10 to 20 years. Another key factor is your career stage. In civil engineering, we often talk about career stages like graduates, professional, team leader, specialist, and senior manager. The more responsibility you take on, the higher your salary. Makes sense, right? But those numbers can vary a lot. So let's break them down. Okay, so let's get into the numbers. If you're a graduate or just starting out, you can expect to make around $66,000 to $70,000 a year. It's a solid starting point, especially if you're working in the big cities like Auckland or Wellington. Once you move up to a professional civil engineer, you're looking at a median salary in the range of $105,000 to $112,000. This is usually when you have a few more years of experience under your belt and you're managing more complex projects. If you keep climbing the ladder, you might become a team leader or specialist. At this stage, your salary can jump up to between $130,000 to $160,000, depending on your job scope and the company you're with. And for those who reach senior manager positions, the median salary can be as high as $220,000. These roles involve a lot more responsibility, often overseeing large teams or major projects. After senior manager positions, there's obviously progressions into roles like general manager, executive roles, and obviously those will pay a lot higher as well. However, salaries aren't the same everywhere. Where you work can have a big impact on your pay. Engineers in Wellington or Auckland, for example, earn more than those in smaller regions. There's just more demand in bigger cities. And then there's the public versus private sector debate. Generally, private sectors get paid more, but the public sector can offer other benefits like job security and extra leave. Speaking of benefits, salary isn't the only thing to consider. For instance, a lot of companies will contribute to KiwiSaver, which is New Zealand's retirement savings plan. That can add quite a bit to your total compensation. Other perks might include a company car, health insurance, or even paid professional memberships, which can be super helpful to your career progression. Plus, some engineers also get bonuses based on their performance or company profits. Now, it's not just about the money. Work-life balance is a huge factor, especially in civil engineering, where sometimes projects can take over your life, especially if you're not careful. Make sure you ask about flexibility when you're negotiating. And speaking of negotiating, don't be afraid to ask what you're worth. Whether you're asking for higher salary, more benefits, or even just flexible working hours, it's important to advocate for yourself. Employers are often willing to negotiate, especially if you're going to bring value to the table. Before we wrap up, let me share a little bit of my experience. When I started out as a civil engineer, my salary was quite modest, but over time, as I gained more experience and took on more responsibility, my pay increased significantly. It's a career that rewards hard work and dedication. Alright, that's it for today's video, and I better wrap up so I can get something to eat and head back to work. I hope you found this breakdown useful. If you're thinking about becoming a civil engineer or already one, remember that salary is just one part of the equation. Focus on building skills, finding the right work environment, and negotiating the best deal for you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Poly Pathways, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thanks for watching. Until then, ofa atu.